Millions in critical grant funding are being pulled from North Bay colleges, a blow that could change the future for Latino students. But here's where it gets controversial. The Trump administration has decided to withdraw federal grant funding from over 600 colleges nationwide that serve significant Latino student populations, forcing many institutions to shutter important programs years earlier than planned. This sudden cut threatens to unravel years of progress and support that has made college more accessible for thousands. In California's North Bay region, institutions like Santa Rosa Junior College, Sonoma State University, and Napa Valley College are directly affected. These schools are officially recognized as Hispanic-Serving Institutions, HSIs, meaning at least 25% of their students identify as Hispanic or Latino. The funding they're losing has been crucial in creating specialized programs aimed at helping these students succeed academically and socially. The Trump administration plans to end this funding by next September, leaving these colleges with a hard choice: scramble to find alternative resources to keep programs running, or shut them down, potentially disadvantaging the very students the programs were designed to support. At Santa Rosa Junior College, SRJC, 3 grant-funded initiatives will close early due to the funding cuts. College leaders have decided not to seek replacement funds, but instead to phase out these programs thoughtfully, integrating ongoing support services into broader campus offerings wherever possible to avoid a complete loss of assistance for students. This means some programs will stop, but efforts to support students broadly will continue in other ways. Meanwhile, Napa Valley College is facing not only the loss of these grants, but also the expiration of another federal grant aimed at helping students with disabilities and those who are the first in their family to attend college. The college is actively reviewing the impacts of these cuts and exploring ways to maintain critical student services, despite the financial shortfall. Sonoma State University, which has endured significant upheaval and financial challenges in recent years, views this funding cut as another serious blow. The loss primarily affects the PUERTA initiative, a program that was awarded nearly $3 million over 5 years to boost enrollment of Hispanic students in health-related pre-professional tracks like nursing and teaching. Though harmful, the university has some time to wind down this program carefully, thanks to a no-cost extension of funding through next August. Mildred Garcia, Chancellor of the California State University System, which includes Sonoma State and houses the most HSIs in the nation, warned that ending this federal support will cause immediate impact and irreparable harm. She emphasized that without these funds, many students lose essential assistance needed to complete their degrees on time and achieve upward social mobility, a key goal of such programs. The administration's reasoning behind ending the program is rooted in the belief that federal grants to HSIs amount to racial quotas and therefore constitute unconstitutional favoritism, a perspective that many argue misrepresents the program's true purpose. State Senator Christopher Cabaldon, whose district covers parts of Sonoma and Napa counties, called this move abhorrent and described the decision to reallocate funding to historically black colleges and tribal schools as cynical, potentially sowing division between communities. Cabaldon, an education policy expert, explains that the HSI grants were never about admissions or quotas. Rather, they supported collaboration and innovation among HSIs to improve outcomes for Latino students by sharing research, piloting support programs, and enhancing student retention and success. Back on campus, the consequences are tangible. At SRJC, over 41% of enrolled students are Hispanic or Latino, and the college stands to lose more than $10.5 million in HSI grant funds. Programs like Avanzando, a $2.8 million effort to increase transfer rates and graduation success through tutoring and coaching. Avanzando, $4.7 million to support underrepresented students in STEM and health sciences, and Transformando, a $3 million initiative focused on fostering belonging and improving academic results, are ending earlier than planned. Some of the support systems from these programs have already been woven into the general campus framework, a strategy intended to sustain help for students beyond the life of the grant. Still, leaders admit that the loss means a tougher road ahead to meet goals, particularly in newer areas such as ethnic studies and online learning. Angelica Garcia, SRJC's president, highlights a critical misconception. These grants don't serve Hispanic students exclusively. Instead, they fund services that benefit all students, ensuring access, academic achievement, and degree completion. In an era when education institutions face financial crises, Garcia is determined not to let this funding loss derail the college's commitment to student success. Napa Valley College, where about half the students identify as Latino, relies heavily on 3 HSI grants totaling over $10.8 million. While 2 grants were already slated to expire soon, one supporting distance learning, technology infrastructure, and peer mentoring for Hispanic and first-generation students, was expected to continue until 2027. The abrupt cancellation has forced campus leadership to reconsider how to maintain essential services. Compounding the financial challenges is the recent loss of a 7-year, $300,000 per year federal grant under the Department of Education's TRIO Student Support Services program, which aids low-income, disabled, and first-generation college students. Although TRIO programs face nationwide uncertainty, Napa Valley College quickly connected affected students with other resources to avoid disruptions. Even with sizable reserves and recent federal COVID-19 relief funds, Napa Valley College must now manage these cuts alongside declining local property tax revenues, reduced state funding, and difficult labor negotiations, all factors that strain its fiscal health going forward. At Sonoma State University, facing a $24 million budget deficit, the loss of HSI funds is another hurdle amid ongoing restructuring, including cuts to staff, academic programs, and even athletics. While a recent $90 million one-time state and CSU fund injection offers some relief, including $5 million aimed at establishing a new career center, the absence of PUERTA's dedicated $3 million plus funding hinders efforts to provide mentoring and career readiness support critical for first-generation and Latino students. Gerald Jones, Sonoma State's Vice President of Student Affairs, voiced concerns that the funding withdrawal will slow progress on equity initiatives, including services vital to Latino and low-income students, and restrict growth in programs designed to foster academic success and social mobility. Stephanie Maneri, Executive Director of Latino Service Providers, captures the looming struggle. Without these vital resources, countless students will face the daunting challenge of navigating higher education without the guidance, mentorship, or even basic supplies they've come to rely on through these grant-supported programs. This 30-year-old grant initiative began under previous administrations and stands as a bipartisan effort to level the playing field for minority-serving institutions. Its termination not only disrupts services, but threatens a well-established federal investment in educational equity. So, what do you think? Is this a necessary reevaluation of federal funding priorities, or are we sacrificing the future of Latino students in the name of ideological arguments? How do we balance support for different minority-serving institutions without creating divisions? Share your thoughts. This issue is far from settled, and your voice matters in this debate.